Hello, fellow traders. 'Tis I, the Rumpled One. I'm coming to you from an advanced alien civilization. Oh, it's too funny. Okay, maybe I can stay serious here. TROZone's dashboard. I had a couple of requests for some additional columns, and there's a few things I made a little modifications in. So let me walk you through some of the new stuff and some of the advanced alien civilization stuff. I'm sorry, I just can't help it. It's just cracking me up. So let's start here fresh. So you come over and we take the TROZone's dashboard indicator, we drag it, drop it. Let's just hit OK. I changed it. So now, if you don't do anything, it's just going to come up with the price and the chart buttons, and you can click on the buttons to change the chart. Okay, so that's one change. So you have to load up what you want, because I just made it the price is the default, and you might not even want price. So we go in, and how do we do it? Remember, the columns are numbered from right to left. So you start turning on columns by giving them a number other than 0. So we've got some price columns. The price column is here. I made that column 30, which I think you might be able to get about 30 columns here. So by making that column 30, it'll always be the leftmost one. So let's see, what do we want here? We've got the percent change column. No, we had that before. Let me find the new ones. Okay. We have previous high. Let's make that, let's put that 3. Previous mid. I think we may have had that before. I don't remember. Let's try it like this. Okay, 4. And then we'll have the mid. Then we'll have the low. And then we'll have the close. Now, of what? Okay. My period. So right here, if it doesn't specify period, it uses this one. So we're going to be looking at the previous for the previous day. And there we have it. As you can see, previous high, previous mid, previous low, previous close. Right there. And once again, you can just use these buttons to change. And you can see it only changed that chart. Now we go back in, and you see we have the alerts are off. Okay. So we won't get any alerts. You can turn the alerts on by simply making that true. Now, let's say we want to look at the previous hour. You can see here, you're looking at the previous hour as opposed to the previous day. Put this back because usually most of these things make sense using it on the day. So I think, once again, I think we might have had previous close or previous mid. I'm not sure, but now you've got the previous. Don't have previous open. I could have it, but I didn't really see the point. But if somebody says, hey, we want previous open. Okay, now previous high minus close and close minus previous low. We can just put those columns. We can put them, you can use the same number. And it just knows just to load them. So here, close, previous low, previous high minus close. See how that works? So it tells you, so if close minus previous low, if this is positive, it's above it. This is right there. You can see it's within the threshold of the low, of the previous low, because we're looking at the daily. So you see how that works? Now let's go back in here. And what is the threshold? My threshold In this case, we've got a couple of pips. Okay, now that says -9. So maybe there's another threshold in there. I'll have to look and see. Or maybe I have it so if it's on the positive side, anything less than 2, I'd have to look at the code. This is really getting to be slightly complex, and once again I just added these, so maybe I didn't code something right here. So because actually this is almost looking like we've got a rat zone threshold. Yeah, see, rat zone threshold there. Okay, other new columns. I'm trying to remember. I think we put something. Oh, yes. I call it the steamroller column. Okay. Let's put this here, column 10. What in the world is steamroller? Okay. Now, I believe I had it set as a H4. Maybe I need to put that out there for steam. Looks like I need to add a space too. Okay, if we switch the time frame to H4, what's a steamroller? A steamroller is when you have a big bar. Big bar is being determined by using the ATR for the last 100 days. If the current bar is bigger than the ATR for the last 100 days, I'm calling that a steamroller, and you don't want to be in its way. Some people say you might get freight trained, but if you remember the Bugs Bunny Roadrunner or the Roadrunner cartoons and the coyote, steamroller would come and just flatten them out, and that's what happens if you get in the way here. So like if you look at the pound dollar here, if you were to right there, if you were to go on short, it would have just steamrollered right over you. So let me go back in here and look at that steamroller. Yeah, I'm gonna have to put the period out there, make that change. So I will do that. Okay, now the crash zones. That's some more of those, I guess, that advanced alien civilization stuff. What is the crash zone? Well, let's see. We can go out here. Okay, we have to find the crash zones. Okay, there's crash zones 2. Okay, let me go in here and let's zero out some of these columns that we don't really need to look at the moment. Okay, so we've got these crash zones. It's based on the weekly, and there's some computations using the weekly range, okay? And these are the crash zones, and you can see here it's above the T5 crash zone. They're not labeled on this particular indicator. I believe this is one of the ones that the Mighty One, actually, I believe he might have modified that indicator, and he sent it to me. So there's a few people that like to use these zones, so that's what the crash zone is. And somebody had asked me to put that in because they use it, they like it, so I went ahead and put it in. So I believe those are all the new features. I can't be 100% sure because, like I said, this indicator has almost taken on a life of its own, because there's just things that just keep people want me to add to it or I think up. And so we were talking about the ATR column, or using the ATR on the steamroller here. So you can also change this ATR period. So if we said 4 hours, we can put this in column 16. And if you wanted to do it for the last, let's see, 100 from 100 days, you can see what the ATRs and it's telling you if it's above the ATR zone or not. And then there's also a column I believe there's one more ATR column in here. ATR value column. There you go. And we can put that at 17 because this column tells you where price is in relation to the ATR, and we're going to use that for all the ranges. We use the same because to me it wouldn't make sense to have different ranges here. So ATR 100. So right now you can see the ATR is at 169 here, but that's on the daily. I need to switch it because we were looking at the ATR. Oh, okay. I might have to give it a separate because we were using this the daily period. So if we go to 4 hours, I might have to give that its own separate period column. So you can see here the ATR is 44. And let's see what the current range is. You do that. By just giving that. Okay, so current range is 74, the ATR is 44. I call that a steamroller. So there you have it. Looks like I have to make a couple adjustments here on the steam. You have to move that over a space. Then maybe give the ATR and the range their own period inputs. So there you have it, fellow traders. I was thinking maybe I'd do something else with the dashboard indicator, but I think that gives you a good idea what's going on with the new stuff, more ways how to use it. And let me know if you like the idea of the steamroller column and the crash column. Just curious what other people think, and I'd love for you guys to start posting charts showing others how you set up this indicator, because you might even give me some more ideas. So fellow traders, I think that's it. Once again, advanced alien civilization. I just think that's way too funny, because it's not what you trade, it's how you trade it. So TheRumpledOne signing off from an advanced alien civilization.